Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to my review of Nosferatu or Nosferatu, whatever you want to say. 2024. This is if you haven't heard of this film, I mean it's gotten pretty damn popular quite quick, but still, this is the newest Robert Eggers film, who also directed The Witch, The Northman and The Lighthouse and stuff like that. And yeah, this film has been getting talked about really much. You know, so you've got this this vampire film or whatever, Nosferatu. It's kind of like a remake or a reboot or something like that of the film from 1922 or 1929, something like that. But this film is very dark. Also like in tone or whatever, and just in light, the film is dark. Like there's a lot of, I guess, you know, serious things happening, and in the tone or in the light, yeah, it's hard to explain. But in this film you've got Lily Rose Depp, Nicholas Hoult, Willem Dafoe, Bill Skarsgård. This film has been getting talked about really much. It's been getting really good reviews, like a 7.8 on IMDb or 7.6 or something, and for a horror movie especially, that's very good. So this isn't, I'm not reviewing this film on the same day where I watched the film or one day after or something. I saw this film like 3 days ago or something like that, but it was just a lot of things going on in my mind and in my life and stuff, so I want to review the film now instead. But I saw it like 3 days ago, 4 days ago, something like that, and I went to check the film out with my friend, and so I saw it in the cinema, and I was really excited. But I don't know, I mean, we've got a lot to say. Starting with my positives, I guess, and this is the thing that everyone's gonna say about the film. Everyone has already said this about the film, and I'm going to be another person to say it. The cinematography in this film, just the shots and the lighting and stuff, everything there is really good, because this film looks really good. And yeah, it's just shot beautifully, and I guess just kind of the set and stuff that they have is extremely well made. You know, you've got this kind of town in the town or wherever in the 1800s or something, and it just looks really good. Also, another thing that a lot of people have said or whatever is that Lily Rose Depp's performance is amazing as Ellen, the main character, and I also think that everyone else's performance is also really good. Lily Rose Depp here does a really good job. You've got Nicholas Hoult, which also does really good, plays the husband of Ellen. Willem Dafoe does good. All of the performances here are really good. And yeah, I also think, and Bill Skarsgård especially, another thing that everyone talks about this film, you cannot hear that Nosferatu or Count Orlok is Bill Skarsgård. You can't hear that it's him. You can't see that it's him. It doesn't sound like him at all. It's just so, but it is. Bill Skarsgård is the one who plays Count Orlok, whatever, or Nosferatu, and yeah, it's really good performances, and so I don't really know what to say. Yeah, so the movie's shot beautifully and stuff. You've got some really good acting in here, and it also kind of has this pretty damn much gothic vibe, I guess. And also how they kind of talk in the film. You know, they're not talking, they talk in a very like they talk very much like you used to do very much before, in before time, whatever you want to say. They talk an old language and stuff, all the characters, and that's a part of what Robert Eggers wanted to do with his directing. And I mean, that all sounds great in the film and stuff. It's a bit hard to, I guess, understand sometimes, sure. Like sunshine, the word sunshine or sunlight or something like that apparently in this film or whatever, or in me, you say the first day of cock or something, and yeah, that's that. But I wanted to like this film more, and I do understand why a lot of people really, really like this film. A few people are even calling it one of the best horror films of 2024, or just actually the best horror film of 2024. But what I can tell you though, with my negatives, this film, this isn't that much of a big negative I have, but still, this film is a little bit slow, and it's quite slow, and it's going to be, I think that quite a lot of people are going to feel like that. I didn't mind the pace of the film. I thought the pace of the film was good and stuff. Not to say it was like outstanding or anything, but yeah. And then another thing is that this film is a bit, kind of has a little bit of the same problems that I had with Alien Romulus, where the director tries to go so much into the horror and stuff, so that sometimes it gets a bit over exaggerating. For example, I mean, you don't really, you have jump scares in this film, but they are used. But yeah, I guess another positive, but you have jump scares in this film, but the jump scares are pretty damn good, so not really much to complain about that. But it's also that I think it's a little bit overreacting when kind of someone walks in like a dark corridor or whatever it is, and then the music just gets louder and louder and louder and louder. It's like, okay, don't think about Hereditary now. If it's an image or whatever, or a little shot of something creepy or whatever, and then the music just gets really, really loud for a little bit of a moment, and then it kind of stops and it clips to some other people or whatever. And I mean, that can be used. I mean, not something I mind extremely much, but it depends just how long, because sometimes when you have a creepy moment and you have the music rising up and getting louder and louder, whatever it is, I mean, I guess it can be effective, but if you do it just a bit too long, maybe, and a bit too much, it can kind of, I guess, ruin the eerie vibe or whatever. So, and this film did a little bit that for me. I thought that they were over-exaggerating a bit with kind of that. And even though this isn't a very big negative that I have either, but while I do think it's smart, and it is cool, I guess, but how the language and how they talk in this film, I guess. But I also feel like it's definitely something that's going to be hard for the actors to remember and stuff. I guess. So, and I don't know if it was completely necessary. And this is very much a film, or Robert Eggers clearly wants to show, like, this is what I can do. And he shows everything that he wants the people to do and stuff in this film. Very clearly you see that, and for me it can be a bit too much on his kind of type, how he wants to direct things and stuff. For me it can be a bit too much, but still it's pretty cool. And I also just thought that, I don't really know how to say about this, but kind of the sex thing in this film that you've got, and then especially the ending, like, what? I mean, I guess you can use kind of sex and whatever, I guess, as kind of a way of showing a bit of horror or whatever, or at least something that makes you, that's a bit eerie to see, but I don't know, but I sometimes in this film I thought it was unnecessary, and I didn't really understand what they were trying exactly to do here, but you know, so there's a lot of things that Robert Eggers is directing. There's a lot of like Robert Eggers stuff in this film that don't completely work for me. They work a bit, I guess, and I guess I can appreciate it, but I appreciate it more than I actually like it. And for me, this film just isn't that rewatchable. It's not something, it's like 2.5 hours long or something, or 2 hours long, so, and it is quite slow, and I kind of, I think, wanted to see just a bit more happen. Maybe this is a me problem or something, or maybe that's part of the film, but Count Orlok's voice, I mean, they kind of do have that, how do you say, Transylvanian accent or whatever, but it doesn't really make things scary or whatever, and I mean, it is quite goofy. It's very much like, ooh, one day left. No, this is a film that this is probably a film that I appreciate more than I actually like, And I was a bit disappointed because I thought that there were some things that the film could do a lot better. But the films that, in terms of how Robert Eggers is directing this film and what he wants to do, he does do pretty well. Very well. But for me, it's just sometimes a little bit too much. And a little bit overreacting and stuff. And yeah, I don't really know what to say. Once again, you've got some amazing performances in here. Cinematography, how the movie looks and stuff, the shots are also really good. But it's just something that I was kind of missing, you know? I kind of felt like I wanted to see more by the end of the film or something. Or I just kind of thought that the film was a little bit too, maybe, how do you say, maybe even artistic for me or something. It's a good film. I didn't like this film as much as other people, clearly. And I do understand why people think it's one of the best horror films of 2024. Or the best horror film of 2024 even. No, actually, that I don't understand. But still, I thought it was worth a watch. I don't know if I would say that it was worth me going to the cinema too. Because a lot of the times when I go to the cinema and see a film, I get more disappointed if I see a good film in the cinema or something. For example, when I saw The Substance in the cinema, I did like the film then. I gave it like a 7 out of 10 or something. But as a cinema experience, when there's a lot of people watching the film with you and stuff, you kind of feel like that, like, okay, film, okay, stop, all right, we get it now. No, maybe not everyone's going to understand what you're trying to do here. So that's something that maybe annoys me a bit and I guess worries me. And then I watched The Substance again, and then I thought it was amazing. Gave it a 10 out of 10 or something. So right now it's like 9 out of 10, high 9 out of 10 or something. But so yeah, cinema experience and when I watch the films at home or whatever can be a big difference for me. So yeah, but I'm going to give Robert Eggers' Nosferatu or Nosferatu. Nosferatu. Oh my, Nosferatu or Nosferatu, whatever you want to say, a low 7 out of 10.0.